Welcome everybody to another video of the Band Impact. Today we're going to talk about the importance of macronutrients and we're going to start with protein. In this mini series, we'll explore all the macronutrients and vitamins and minerals in order to find out which options are best for us and the importance of their value in having a healthy and balanced diet. Before we move on with this video, make sure to subscribe so you will be able to be up to date with our future content. Let me share you my personal story. Years ago, when I started my fitness journey, I really did not know what I was doing in the field of nutrition. I was working out like an animal and also eating like an animal. I was lifting a lot of weight. However, I was also getting fat at the same time, but I was strong. Then later on, I just started to track what I was eating, and I found out that I was eating less protein than I was supposed to. So the reason why I wanted to share this knowledge with you is just to inform you on the importance of protein in this case. And then in the future videos, we'll see the other macronutrients as well.
What exactly are proteins? Well, think of them as the superheroes of nutrients. Proteins are essential components found in a wide variety of foods we eat. They're made up of smaller units called amino acids, which are like the building blocks of life. When we consume protein-rich foods, our bodies break them down during digestion, releasing these precious amino acids. These amino acids are then absorbed into our bloodstream, where they embark on their vital missions. Proteins have a remarkable impact on our bodies. They are the ultimate multitaskers. Let's explore some of their incredible roles. Building and repairing tissues. Proteins are the architects and construction workers of our bodies. They help maintain and repair our muscles, bones, skin, hair, and nails, keeping us strong and resilient. Enzymes and hormones. Proteins also serve as biochemical superheroes. They act as enzymes, catalyzing chemical reactions in our bodies, and as hormones, acting as messengers that regulate crucial processes like metabolism, growth, and reproduction. Transport and storage. Imagine proteins as the transportation networks of our bodies. Some proteins help carry important substances like oxygen in our blood or lipids, while others store essential molecules like iron to facilitate the transport of nutrients across cell membranes. Guardians of the immune system. Our immune system relies on proteins to defend us against harmful invaders. Antibodies, a special type of protein, recognize and neutralize foreign substances like bacteria, viruses, and toxins, protecting our bodies from infections. Energy support. While carbohydrates and fats are our primary sources of energy, proteins can also step in when needed. They can be broken down and utilized for energy, although their primary role lies in the intricate web of tissue building and maintenance. Now, here's the exciting part. To unleash the full power of proteins, our bodies require a combination of 20 different amino acids. Out of these, 9 are essential for humans, for us, meaning that we must obtain them through our diet. Protein absorption is a complex process that takes place in the stomach and small intestine. Let's break it down step by step. In the stomach, proteins are broken down into smaller units called polypeptides. These are formed by the bonding of amino acids. Moving into the small intestine, further breakdown of polypeptides occurs, resulting in shorter peptide chains through the action of digestive enzymes. The absorption of these peptides and amino acids happens in the small intestine, where finger-like projections, called villi, play a crucial role. They absorb the nutrients into the bloodstream. Once in the bloodstream, the amino acids are transported throughout the body to various organs and tissues. Amino acids serve multiple functions, including the creation of enzymes, hormones, and other essential molecules, as well as the repair and building of tissues. Understanding how protein impacts muscle is crucial for optimizing muscle growth and preventing muscle loss. Muscle protein synthesis is the process of assembling amino acids to create new muscle tissue. It is stimulated by factors like exercise and protein intake. When we engage in activities like resistance training, Signals prompt muscle protein synthesis, leading to increased protein production and muscle growth, repair, and adaptation. To support muscle protein synthesis, it's important to consume high-quality protein sources that provide essential amino acids. Balancing protein intake, exercise, and recovery is key for optimizing muscle protein synthesis and promoting muscle growth and maintenance. On the other hand, muscle protein breakdown refers to the degradation of muscle proteins. Several factors, such as insufficient protein intake, disease, physiological signals, cellular processes, and stress hormone cortisol, can influence this process. Prolonged periods of immobilization or bed rest can result in muscle wasting and a loss of muscle mass. To prevent excessive muscle protein breakdown, it is essential to engage in regular exercise and resistance training, for example, consume an adequate amount of high-quality protein, and maintain an overall balanced diet. These strategies help promote muscle protein synthesis and minimize muscle protein breakdown, ultimately supporting muscle health and function. By understanding the interplay between muscle protein synthesis and breakdown and adopting appropriate nutrition and exercise strategies, we can optimize muscle health, promote muscle growth, and prevent muscle loss. The recommended amount of protein varies depending on individual factors such as age, gender, weight, activity level, and health goals. The general guidelines show a recommended dietary allowance with 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day for the average sedentary person. This measure may not be applicable to everyone. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, sets guidelines for micronutrients consumption, which are further detailed by the Institute of Medicine and the Dietary Guidelines for Americans. These guidelines provide ranges for micronutrient consumptions based on age, gender, and activity level. The suggested ranges are as follows. Carbohydrates should make up 45 to 65% of daily caloric intake. Fats should contribute 20 to 35%, and protein should account for 10 to 35%. However, for physically active individuals, athletes, and those with specific health goals, protein requirements may be higher. Meeting our protein needs is essential, but it's equally important to consider the overall balance of your diet, including carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals, to support overall nutrition and well-being. The maximum amount of protein that our body can absorb in one meal is a topic of ongoing debate. When we refer to protein absorption, it means the passage of nutrients from our gastrointestinal system into circulation. Under this definition, protein absorption is considered virtually unlimited. However, the effective utilization of protein for muscle protein synthesis is around 20 to 30 grams per meal, according to studies. Consuming more protein in a single meal may not provide additional benefits in terms of muscle protein synthesis and other muscle-related functions. It's recommended to spread out protein intake throughout the day to optimize muscle protein synthesis and overall protein utilization. For individuals looking to gain muscle mass and strength during resistance training, a daily protein intake of 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight is recommended. Some studies suggest that young male bodybuilders may require higher protein intakes of up to 2.2 grams per kilogram. To put this into perspective, let's say you're a male weighing 80 kilograms. Based on the recommended intake, you would aim for a daily protein consumption of 128 grams. If you plan to eat 4 meals per day, it's recommended to allocate around 32 grams of protein per meal. It's important to note that these quantities are not set in stone. Remember, nutrition is highly individualized, and what works for one person may not work for another. Consulting a healthcare professional or registered dietitian can provide personalized guidance of protein intake tailored to your needs. Are you wondering where you can find proteins? They're not just limited to scientific laboratories. You can find proteins in a variety of delicious and nutritious foods from different sources. Here are some major categories of protein-rich foods. Animal-based sources, meats, poultry, fish, seafood, and dairy products. Plant-based sources, legumes, nuts, seeds, soy-based products, whole grains, and protein-rich vegetables like spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and asparagus. Additional options include supplementation, for example, whey protein powders and isolate whey forms. plant-based protein powders, and dairy alternatives such as soy milk, almond milk, and oat milk fortified with protein. Remember, the best ways to check protein quantities in foods are to look at nutritional labels or refer to reliable sources for specific protein amounts. It's best to consume a healthy and balanced diet that allows you to enjoy what you eat in a sustainable way. Consistency is key for long-term health and fitness results.
Well, in conclusion, it is very important to incorporate a healthy protein amount in your diet. It is recommended that you consume between 1.6 and 2.2 grams per kilogram of body fat in your diet. It is also important to be mindful about the fact that if you consume too much protein, you will throw out your energy balance. So in the end, it will still be calories in and calories out. At the same token though, if you, for example, don't eat enough protein, you're going to be undernourished. Therefore, you're not going to achieve your fitness goals. So if you eat too much protein, your body disposes of it in a process called deamination, in which the amino acids are stripped off the nitrogen, getting transformed into ammonia, in which the liver then transforms this ammonia into urea, which goes through the kidneys and gets excreted through urine, basically. As we conclude this journey into the protein world, make sure to subscribe and share with your friends. Let's help other people unlock the potential of proper and balanced nutrition so everybody can take advantage of this knowledge. If you like what you see, just make sure to subscribe and share. Thank you. See you next time. Before we move... Alright, more bloopers. Before we subscribe...